Welcome to another session of Philly by Night. Tonight, dear viewers, we have a very special session. It has been 3 months, 3 long, agonizing months for the Mithraians of Philadelphia. It is the Blood Equinox, and tonight is the night of the solstice. Tonight is the night of our bull hunt. Mithraians from around the city have gathered at a place in Fishtown known as the Battery, a low stand of apartments near the shore of the Delaware River. It is Friday, June 21st, 2024. The sun has set at 8:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A full moon hangs in the sky, tinged an ominous shade of red. The skies are clear, and it is a balmy 93 degrees Fahrenheit with a southwesterly wind of 9 miles per hour. The humidity is light, which is good because we plan on working up a sweat this evening. Thomas, as the sun sinks behind the Philadelphia skyline, you rouse from day sleep. Tonight is an auspicious night. Unfortunately, the hunger claws at the back of your throat. The beast rages. It has been 3 months of holding yourself at near starvation. This is not just the night of the bull hunt. This is the night you died all those years ago. And the beast knows it. Before our session, we rolled our rouse and blush, and unfortunately for you, you hit hunger 5. The agony is such that you can barely stand it. The beast's voice merges and melts in the back of your mind. You hear your sire's voice, your prince's voice, Camille's voice, as the beast tries anything and everything to get you to lose your cool. But you are a Mithraean. You have the blood of a god running through your veins. And by expending 3 points of willpower, you are able to jam that beast back in its cage. But not for long. Time is of the essence. You have received your invitation to the Battery. It is time to go meet your prince, your potter, and your fate.
Okay.
Are you driving yourself?
Yep.
Okay. So you arrive at the address that was provided for you, which is not coming up for me. Oh well. It is in the Fishtown neighborhood of Philadelphia. As you enter what looks like a gentrified industrial area that has been converted into apartments. You are greeted outside by masked men. These gold lace masks that bear subtle sun motifs. Their crisp red suits are accentuated by that ominous red glow of the moon. They usher you inside, deep into the building, where you find what looks to be a makeshift sanctuary set up in the depths of the battery. There are rows of pews, individuals in large red hooded robes with gold accents. Standing before the congregation is your prince. His suit is immaculate, pure white. And sitting before him, kneeling, really, are three bodies, bound and hooded. He bids you join him at the altar.
Thomas will go up and join him.
It is so good of you to join us, Melee Pierce.
Of course, Potter.
Tonight is a solemn occasion. Tonight we break the fast and dedicate these bulls to the greatness that is the Lord of Light. Before you are three criminals from within my domain. And as a token of appreciation for all of your work, you will be given a gift. You may choose which of these three will be released to not be hunted by our number. And he slowly moves down the line. The first hood that pulls off reveals Camille, gagged beneath the hood, defiant, fire burning in her eyes. The next hood that is removed reveals Bethany, bound and gagged, eyes pleading for mercy. The third hood that is removed reveals Teddy, likewise bound and gagged. These three have broken multiple traditions within my city. Two of them will be made an example of. It is your job, Melee Pierce, to choose who receives the Potter's mercy.
Thomas is going to look over them, look at Camille, shake his head. He will look at Teddy. And he will look at Bethany. He'll turn to John. And he will gesture to Bethany. This one.
The Potter reaches into his belt and yanks free what looks to be an ancient bronze dagger. He cuts the bindings on her hands and legs. He gingerly removes the gag from her mouth, lifts her to her feet. You have served your sentence, child. Outside of those doors, men will be waiting to take you to your haven. I expect you stay there until you are summoned again. Bethany nods shakily, looks at Thomas, mouths the words, "Thank you," before hurriedly rushing from the room. But Teddy, the betrayal in his eyes is evident. It does not take very long, though, before two large golden bull heads are produced from behind the altar. The prince lowers them over each of their heads, Camille and Teddy both, locking them into place. I am going to post a picture of what that looks like in your chat momentarily, because this is probably one of my finest works to date. You can see the individuals strain a bit as these masks are locked into place. As Potter of the Philadelphia Mithraeum, I commend these bulls to Mithras. May their deaths please him. You were given an outfit before you arrived. Most of the congregation has started to be led out. Clearly, they are going to start changing, getting ready for their own bull hunts, because each of us has our own bull to hunt. As the room empties, the Potter looks at you. You chose well, Thomas, but it will not be without its consequences. I have chosen Camille as my bull. As Potter, that is my prerogative.
I understand.
Let this be a lesson in dedication to your God.
Yes, sir.
We do not falter. We are descendants of the Lord of Light. All others are beneath us. We do not allow chaos or misrule to spread in our cities. If you'll excuse me, I must go change.
Of course.
Two guards enter the room and remove the bulls, taking them to the staging area where the hunt will commence. As we take a moment, Thomas, what's going through your head, buddy? As you're getting changed and preparing to hunt your brother.
Thomas is pleased that John is taking Camille, because he knows she will be taken care of as she deserves. Having to go after Teddy has him split. Because He knows what Teddy did was wrong, and he needed to be punished for it. But that is still his little brother that he is taking care of since they were children. And this will not be easy for him.
No, I imagine it will not. As John reappears, he comes out dressed in red. The Frisian cap sits proudly atop his head. His hair is down. It spills in lightly light waves across his shoulders down to his mid back. Far longer than you would have anticipated his hair to be. Clearly, the man has one hell of a barber. He affixes the ceremonial blade to his hip, looks you over in your ceremonial outfit, and places a hand on your shoulder. Now is not the time for sadness, Thomas. This is a celebration. We have done what so many have failed to do, and Mithras is pleased. He gives you a light squeeze before padding off barefoot to the staging area. So, as you make your way to the staging area, likely following the prince, you see that Teddy and Camille have been released of their bindings, but held securely by two guards. Most of the congregation has already split off, following their own prey. You can hear the howls through the halls of this building. Some may be successful tonight, others may not. But tonight is not their story. Tonight is yours. In a flash, the guard shoves Camille forward and she takes off running, tugging at the bull's skull locked around her head, and John waits until she's just out of sight and waits a bit longer than a standard blink before rushing off after her. There is almost a joyful sound to him as he engages in his hunt, leaving you alone with Teddy and a single guard. The gold-laced guard looks at you. Are you ready, Millet?
Thomas will nod.
You will wait until the bull is out of sight, and you will begin your hunt. And with that, the guard releases Teddy, who stands stark still for a moment, tugging, fumbling with the locks at the back of the helmet, before finally getting the idea that if he stays, he'll simply be killed faster. And he takes off. What I would like you to do for me now is I would like you, with your hunger where it is, I would like you to roll for me a resolve, and investigation.
Okay, I've
Okay.
got 2.
Perfectly good. Perfectly good. It is like this place has been purpose built for the bull hunt. Sounds bounce off of the walls, funneled back to you. You can hear Teddy fumble through the hallways. It is as though these halls are tuned specifically to feed you every grunt, every slap of every foot. And as you move through the halls, you hear yourself getting closer. You hear your brother gagged through the helmet growl and attempt to yell. You make out the words, "It's not fair. I did nothing wrong. Thomas, you piece of shit. When I get this off, I will kill you." You hear the sounds of thrashing as though he is battering this helmet against the walls, trying to break it off of himself. Soon enough, he comes into view, and you see him trying to hook a horn on a standing pipe, trying to find the right amount of leverage to yank himself free, to bust it off of his neck somehow. How would you like to proceed?
Thomas is gonna start stalking towards him.
Okay.
And
Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just making a beeline for Teddy?
just stalking.
Okay. He doesn't seem to notice your approach.
About how far away?
15 feet, no more.
Thomas is gonna pick up the pace and aim. As he gets closer, he's going to aim to do a takedown. Just right around the midsection to the ground.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a strength and brawl. Okay. You do manage to grapple around him. He doesn't go down easy. You catch one of the horns against your jaw. You feel that kind of click as the jaw pops out of place momentarily before clicking back in painfully. It still functions, but it hurt like the dickens. You can hear him straining through his gag that you don't have to do this.
You didn't give me a choice.
Another plea that I'm your brother, goddammit. These people don't care about you. You can always choose to insight check.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and try it. That is. What's an insight?
Wits and insight. You know,
today.
You know Teddy well enough that is enough successes. This man will do or say anything to save his skin. And it is like a subtle stab to your sensibilities that he thinks he can outsmart you. And the beast roils at that. Kill, drain, feed.
They have done more for me than you ever have.
The beast continues to... Oh, go ahead.
And I have done everything for you.
The beast continues to urge you on. Take it. All of it.
Thomas is going to fight against that because he wasn't told that he could.
I am going to go ahead and say that you have been part of the cult long enough that you know even kindred, while this is out of the norm, kindred are not usually chosen as bulls, but it is common for those who participate in the hunt to drain their bulls dry. This is a Hunger Zero kind of night.
Does he have a good grip on Teddy?
He does.
Are we standing or did we make it to the ground?
You are on the ground. He is flat on his back and you are above him.
Thomas is going to kind of grab him and like pick him up a little bit and slam him onto the ground.
Okay. Give me a strength and brawl.
Two.
No, that's 3. That's 3, buddy.
I know.
Yeah, no, you pick him up and you slam him against the ground, and from the inside of the helmet you hear this wet, sickening crack.
Didn't think I spanked him that hard.
He's not dead,
Mm-hmm.
but he is not happy. You hear a grunt of pain from inside of the helmet.
Thomas is going to look at him. I want you to think of Camille, and I want you to know you brought this on yourself.
The smell of vitae curls into your nostrils. Please make for me a frenzy check. Oh, buddy. So, this is where your storyteller takes the wheel a little bit. First and foremost, a question.
Yes.
Where are you sinking your fangs into the man?
What is available? I mean, he's right there, so I would assume the neck.
Most of the neck is open. The helmet kind of curls in along the jawline, but a good portion of the neck and shoulders are available.
Okay, yeah, probably the neck.
It is as if your body is an autopilot. All of the times you have shoved the beast in the cage, it is your turn to feel what it is to be caged. With proverbial rough hands, it seizes a hold of you and shoves you down deep. Everything plays out like a movie. A small screen in a dark expanse. You can feel your fangs distend. You can feel soft flesh give way to sharp teeth. You can taste the copper on your tongue. You feel that rush, that absolute pure joy, that unbridled euphoria of a free drink. It is better than any scotch, than any heroin. No drug could ever compare to this. And you drink, and drink, and drink. Teddy starts out strong. His hands beat against you. You can feel everything but have no control. And slowly, his fists pound against you less and less. They devolve into flaccid slaps, gentle taps, before it is nothing but spasming. You have a choice ahead of you. Once you hit hunger zero, you can stop, or you can keep going. What is your choice?
She's still alive at hunger once Thomas reaches hunger zero.
He is completely exsanguinated when you hit hunger zero.
Okay.
Yes, I am asking you if you are going to commit diablerie or not.
I know. I know it comes with that. uh, Thomas would not be able to bring himself to fully deauthorize him.
Okay. As you feel yourself suckle the last sweet sips of vitae from Teddy, you feel his body shrink in on itself and begin to turn to ash. Soon enough, all you have beneath you is a pile of ash in the clothes that Teddy wore. The helmet flops to the side, clanging gently against the concrete floor. There are still small smatterings of flesh that are starting to ash, vitae that is desiccating, and even a little bit of brain tissue that is starting to turn into that silky white ash. It is over. And now you know the pain of being a kinslayer. What is going through Thomas's mind right now?
Thomas is going to gather up the shirt, sit back, and hold it to his chest. And he's going to remember the times that he had with Teddy.
You are going to take 2 stains for this. One for violating your conviction of family is everything, and another as part of the devil's bargain for being able to stave off your frenzy until the bull hunt.
Mm-hmm.
We will resolve those after our session has completed, but before our stream ends.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a wits and awareness, please.
Now at Hunger Zero.
Now at Hunger Zero, yes.
So I don't even need to bother adding the hunger to there.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yep. You almost don't catch it. After all, your Potter is a truly stealthy man. But he walks up to you. His mouth and beard are stained in vitae. He takes a knee beside you, places a hand on your shoulder. You did well tonight, Thomas. I'm proud of you. And most importantly, Mithras is pleased. Now, come. There is one more thing I have left to show you this evening. And he rises to his feet, holding out a hand to you to help you up.
Thomas is going to take the hand and stand. Still holding on to the shirt.
John will look at it, but he won't say anything. He will instead lead you through the labyrinthine halls underneath the battery and he leads you to another large subterranean chamber. This one dotted with pillars and low tables and what look to be small cushions to sit on. It is a hall that is set in a very Persian style. All around the hall, you can see beautiful bodies of every shape and size. Here, there is something for everyone. There are goblets and bowls filled with what you can only suspect is vitae. Soft music echoes off of the concrete walls and pillars. He brings you through the crowd to another large table at the head of the assemblage. He sits you down at his right hand. He lifts up a large bowl filled with vitae. To another successful bull hunt, brothers and sisters. May the Lord of Light guide us and keep us safe. There is an echoing from the crowd. John places the bowl to his lips and drinks deeply before passing it to you. Will you drink?
Yeah, Thomas will drink.
This practice continues on down through the hall, each member of each table drinking from the large ceremonial bowl that has been proffered to them. It does not seem to gall your palate. It tastes very similar to the blood that you just drank. John rises to his feet. Now that ugly business is settled, come, brothers and sisters, and revel with me. Here is where we will fade to black as bodies begin to entwine.
Fertility feast.
After all, Mithras is a god of fertility. Thus concludes our special session entitled The Bull Hunt. But our stream is not over just yet. Thomas, you have some stains to roll for.
Mm-hmm.
So you are going to roll your composure, resolve, and 1/3 of your humanity. All you need are 2 successes. Congratulations. It is difficult to enjoy the night's festivities as you are, in fact, racked with guilt. Difficult, but not impossible.
He does have some tension to release, yes.
As the night moves on and the dawn swiftly approaches, we will fade back into the scene for a moment. Attendants of Thomas's preference will be ensuring that he is cleaned of all of the vitae and other fluids. Because after all, not all of those in attendance are kindred. There is a mortal component to the Cult of Mithras, and there are so many who are willing to throw themselves at those who have the Lord of Light within them. As you are cleaned, perfumed, and given your clothes again, what is going through Thomas's mind now?
He feels like the door to his fast on Chicago has been slammed shut now. And now he can focus more on his unlife in Philly.
After all, this city has accepted you just as you are. They have accepted your faults, your flaws, your foibles.
And has encouraged him and has provided ways for him to better himself.
As we close out our session, I want you all to take a moment and remember, we may play monsters on TV, but that is no reason to be monsters in real life. After all, there is a good chance you are the light in someone's world. I want to thank you all for joining us for this special, albeit short session of Philly by Night. And when you see Kit around the server, give them all the praise that they have earned tonight. Before we close everything out completely, Mr. Pierce, who are you? Where can we find you?
My name is Kit. You can find me on TikTok, kitsune_charms, where most of my content is Thomas, with some flashbacks to some of my previous other VTM characters. So anytime you see Thomas upcoming on any other streams, he'll be a lot less of an asshole. He's still an asshole, but you know, he's really not a bad guy.
You're not you when you're hungry. Jesus. Rules Gremlin, who are you and where can we find you?
Oh, hi. I'm G'day FX. I'm one of the storytellers. And when I am not literally breaking everybody on the stream, I can be found on TikTok, G'day_FX.
And as always, I am Einar at Einar_TTRPG on the Clock app and anywhere else I want you to find me. Tonight I portrayed Prince and Potter John Sexton, along with a host of other SPCs. Thank you again all so much for coming out. Have a great night, and we can't wait to see you again on our next stream. Enjoy, and good night.